Welcome back to NFL Rants and Raves. I'm Jeff Ellis.
And I'm Steven Miranda. This is your 5-minute football fix for Tuesday, July 12th.
Tuesday, July 12th, otherwise known as day 122 of the NFL lockout.
Ah, yes, we're back on the lockout, folks. Jeff always wants me to talk about the lockout. I don't know why he continues to want to talk about the lockout.
There's news about the lockout.
Okay,
First off, what we
news?
have is the Rams announcing their plans to host their training camp at the team facility.
Ah, yes.
They join now 3 other clubs. The St. Louis Rams join the New York Giants, the Baltimore Ravens, and the New York Jets as all the 4 teams
and
right now.
Actually, there's a 5th. The Minnesota Vikings have just come out and said they're doing it at home as well and not going away.
These teams are falling by the second. They're going home where they can only go because they've tried in years gone by to expand their fan base. For instance, the Dallas Cowboys come out to Oxnard.
San Antonio.
And San Antonio, and they try and expand their fan base. Well, there's not enough time. With the time running down and the clock ticking, tick, tick, tick,
You got to book
tick.
hotels. You got to book, places to eat.
Well, frequently the teams
where
are
to
staying
stay.
at a college or
Yeah.
university, and they're using the dorm rooms and
you
things
can't
like
get
that.
closer to college because things might get pushed back.
So all they know for sure is if we stay at home, nothing could go wrong.
Speaking of which, I know this one thing for sure, Jeffrey. I know of a player who's already said he's going to miss some part of training camp.
Uh-oh. You know, how is it that we are in the midst of a complete shutdown of NFL football,
yes.
and yet there are some players for whom it has been nothing but an opportunity to work on their excuse for why I can't be at training camp?
Well, last year this player, Jeffrey, Albert Hainsworth,
Oh, not Big Butt.
big butt Albert Hainsworth, missed training camp because he couldn't do what? Pass his conditioning
He couldn't
test.
pass his conditioning test, which if you go out on YouTube and you can look up Steven Miranda
That's
trying
right.
to pass the conditioning
I tried
test.
to pass it.
He probably did better
I'm gonna
than
do it
Albert
again.
did.
I'm going to do it again this year, and this year I will pass it. I guarantee I will pass
guarantee
it.
he will not. Just as I guarantee the $100 in my wallet right now is going to Steven on Thursday, which is the 14th, because we're not far enough along on a labor deal. I guarantee you will not pass the conditioning test this year, Mr. Man.
Wow, I guarantee I'm going to pass it. I've been doing good. I'm a lot closer than I was last year.
What has changed?
My desire has changed.
Okay,
Last year
heart
I just
gets
went
you
out.
so far,
Yeah, I'm
Steven.
going to pass it.
Heart only
gonna
reaches
pass
so
it.
far until which point the heart stops beating
All right.
and the man drops dead.
So he missed.
Wait,
camp
we're back
last
to
year.
Albert Hainsworth?
Albert Hainsworth.
Has
He
already
missed-
got an excuse to be out this year and to
Yes.
further hack off Mike Shanahan?
Assuming the lockout is over, Jeff, right? Assuming the lockout is over, Albert Hainsworth will be in court starting on August 23rd for the
Well,
misdemeanor
isn't that convenient?
sexual abuse case.
Right.
And according to Washington Post, they're reporting that the attorneys have said they're going to bring at least 10 witnesses to the stand, so he could miss 4, maybe 5 days.
Oh, my
training
God.
camp.
I don't know that he's real big in the Redskins' plans going forward.
Well, they've come out because the Eagles said that they might be interested in Hainsworth, and the Redskins have come out and said they don't think it's in the plans for them to release him.
It's not in their plans to release him. However, it's certainly not in their plans to play him. And so, I think they're going to the mat.
Why would you play a guy who lays down on the ground during plays when the quarterback's running around in the pocket?
That happened only on twice major
Maybe
plays.
3 occasions.
That happens a lot with Albert, but there are plays, Steven. There's a couple of plays where he really comes after the quarterback.
Yes, there are at least 2 plays per game
Where he comes
goes,
after you
he
hard.
goes all out, and he might make a spectacular
He
play.
could.
But
If he's rolling like a roll. Have you noticed a bowling ball when you're at a bowling alley and you bowl it down the middle? Occasionally, good things happen. Just blam!
Yes.
Pins go everywhere. And that could happen here.
I think occasionally someone tells Albert, "Hey, dude, you got to play some ball," and then he does.
You got to play some ball, otherwise you're not going to get
For
paid.
a player too.
All right, progress was made yesterday on the NFL labor front. There are sources
what
that
does that
continue to be
mean?
said.
Incremental progress.
This is via BMOC East, Jason Lockenfora, our
Okay,
buddy
yes.
of NFL Network,
What does Jason have to say?
who insists that he wants to discourage people from keying in on next Thursday, a week from Thursday,
yes.
where the owners are meeting in Atlanta. He wants to discourage that. However, they are close. The sticking point right now, Stephen, and this seems crazy, and we're almost at our 5 minutes. In fact, we just gone over our 5 minutes, unfortunately, has to do with the rookie wage scale and a rookie salary cap.
Well, there you
I
go.
don't know why they can't agree on that. If they can agree on bigger pictures than that, it certainly seems that we can get somewhere. Let me get a little bit more on the lockout here. August 7th game of the Hall of Fame game between the Bears and the Rams.
Yep.
According to NFL spokesman Greg Aiello, we have not identified a date by which we have to have an agreement to save the Hall of Fame game. Time is admittedly running short, however, is his quote.
Thank you, Greg. I would agree with you there.
So that's what we have for you in your 5-minute football fix. I'm sorry it's all lockout, but that's all we got. No, Steven, don't die. Don't die. For the dying Steven Miranda, this is Jeff Ellis, and that's Steven Miranda.
Bye.
And this is your 5-minute football fix for July 12th.